Sawubona, you creative visionary. Sawubona, sawubona, sawubona. Sawubona. If you don't know, this is your first time here, Sawubona means I see you. I see the divinity within you. I see you. Sawubona, I see you. Many of us do not feel seen. We do not feel seen. We do not feel heard. We do not feel seen. We do not feel like we belong on this planet. Even if you are a part of a group or a part of a family, a part of a work thing, environment, some of us just go to work, do our job, go home. We don't feel seen. Even in our own relationships, we don't feel seen or heard. So, I want to start off this live stream with just saying, Sawubona, I see the divinity within you. But you don't really see me. No, I do. I see the divinity within you. I call it forth. I call the beauty forth, the brilliance forth, the magnificence that is you forth. Sawubona, 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 I see you. Let's sing. So, we start off this live stream, if this is your first time here, with song. In Africa, we say, we declare, we announce that song is prayer multiplied. Song is prayer multiplied. When you are in a situation where you feel unseen, unheard, unloved, undervalued, you feel like you don't belong, you feel like the world is collapsing, and you just don't know your place in the world and what to do about it, and where you belong. Belonging is a huge need for the nature of human. It can feel overwhelming. And this is when humans start having really dark thoughts. And those dark thoughts can lead to you unaliving yourself. Those dark thoughts can lead to depression. Those dark thoughts can lead to a lot of mental health challenges. When I've been in those really dark places myself, I sing. It really helps me. It really helps me stabilize my emotions. It really helps me stabilize my moods. It really helps me bring my energy back to myself. Because usually, when I find myself in those really dark places, or feeling a little sad or depressed or abandoned, there's another one, abandoned, sometimes even abandoned by life itself, it is because I've been online maybe too long. I've been online too long. Have abandoned my own truth, have abandoned myself, have abandoned my own joy, my own peace. So usually what I will do is call back my energy from the places that I have been engaging with, whether it's social media, whether it's just being out on the streets with people, and subways. I just call my energy bank. So let's sing. Oh. Moya wami, moya wami, ekaya. Moya wami, ekaya. Moya wami, ekaya. Moya wami, ekaya. Ngiyakudinga moya wami. Ngiyakudinga moya wami. Ngiyakudinga moya wami. Ngiyakudinga moya wami. Buya engqondweni yami, buya emzimbeni wami, buya emoyeni wami, moya wami, buya engqondweni yami, buya engqondweni yami, buya emzimbeni wami, moya wami, buya ekhaya. Moya wami, buya ekhaya. Moya wami, buya ekhaya. Moya wami, buya ekhaya. Buya emzimbeni wami, buya emoyeni wami, buya engqondweni yami. Ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami. Umsebenzi engidinga ukwenza la emhlabeni mkhulu. Buya moya wami, 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 buya moya wami. Ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami. Umsebenzi engidinga uwenza la emhlabeni mkhulu lo msebenzi. Ngiyakudinga moya wami, ngiyakudinga moya wami engqondweni buya moya wami buya moya wami. Ah, yes. I just serenaded you with a song. Okay, that's great. Better way. Let me put on my Zulu beads. My Zulu beads. So, if you're not Zulu and you don't know what that song means, it means, come back. I need you, my energy, so that I can fulfill my purpose here on planet Earth. Come back, my energy, from all the places I have left you in. If you don't understand what that means and you think, okay, how could I have left my energy, fragments of my energies in different places? You are an energy being. You are energy first. And so everything and everyone that you engage with, you share a bit of your energy. And sometimes you are sharing your energy with people who do not deserve to have your energy, to taste your energy, to be in your energy space. So for those of us who feel alone, I'm so lonely. No, you're actually smart. The truth of this idea of loneliness on planet Earth is that the people who are willing to walk the path of solitude, I don't even call it loneliness, solitude. The people who are willing to walk the path of solitude are the true visionaries. Everybody wants to be in a group. So if you look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, at the bottom is your physiological needs. At the bottom are your physiological needs. This is your home, your food, your shelter. Okay. The second is your safety needs. The third are your loving and belonging needs. Loving and belonging. And then the last one is your self-actualization needs. If you actually flipped Maslow's hierarchy of needs, that triangle upside down, this is one of those, what is it? Yeah. If you actually flipped it upside down like this and started with self-actualization, who am I? What am I here on this planet to do, to experience, to enjoy, to grow into, to evolve into, to become? You started with that and then started moving up that triangle from, instead of moving from the base to the top, you flip it, start with self-actualization and start going up this way. You are more likely to have a more peaceful, successful life than if you start your life from the base of the triangle of safety. Especially if you're young. If you're my age, I'm very young. Very, very young. But if you are coming out of college, you're still in college. It's the most perfect time to start with self-actualization, because when you know who you are, you don't get yourself involved, number one, in relationships that could destroy you, destroy your life. You don't pick the wrong career path, and then you wake up at 50 and you hate your life and you hate yourself and you hate the person you're married to. You it saves you a lot of problems in this world. I don't think necessarily that problems and challenges are inherently bad. I think it's for our evolution and our growth. But what I've learned about solitude is that it's so healthy, because trying to fit yourself into groups, loving and belonging groups, creates so much havoc in your life. You have to shrink yourself. You have to become someone you are not. You have to laugh a certain way. You have to behave a certain way. You have to dress a certain way. You've got to speak a certain way. And if you don't, the group will isolate you. When you know yourself, even when you get isolated or pushed out of a group or ostracized out of a group or rejected, you don't completely collapse and become nothing and, go into a depression and commit suicide. You don't. Because you're like, I know who I am. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what I will and will not put up with. So thank you for rejecting me. Don't ever come back into my life when your life falls apart. Don't ever come back. But if you don't have that level of self-knowing, know thyself, human being, if you don't have that, anytime you feel rejected by groups, anytime you get rejected by a job, you lose your job, anytime you have a breakup, your life becomes a living nightmare. And what I've noticed about life is that people who reject you are usually the ones that come crawling back, needing help. I don't accept them back. If you've rejected me, you stay right there where you are. I want nothing to do with you. And this is the reason I can say this with such confidence, is because I know who I am. So I encourage you, if you're on this live stream right now, know who you are. That is your superpower. Solitude is not a curse on your life. Let's redefine loneliness and call it empowered solitude, sacred solitude. It is a time that your higher self has given you to be able to know thyself. There is nothing more powerful than knowing thyself, especially during these times of economic collapse, healthcare collapse, societal collapse, whole economies collapsing. Like, when is the best time to know thyself? Now. Because when people are scrambling, help me, oh my goodness, something bad is happening in the world, and people's mental health are shot, you can be like, oh no. Because when everyone is scared and people are in fear, fear makes people do some crazy things. People can kill you when they are in fear. You can have sacred boundaries, guilt-free boundaries, and say, I'm sorry, out. No, do not come here. And then you can actually fulfill your purpose here on planet Earth. I find that the people that are happy alone, happy with a book, read a book. Happy to know thyself through mindfulness, through meditation, through journaling, through self-inquiry. These are the true leaders. These are the true visionaries that will help humanity through through this awakening period. Don't define your loneliness or your stage of loneliness as something bad. It is not. You are the ones who came into this life experience on this planet, and such a time as this, you came to this planet to be the way showers, to be the leaders for humanity. To be a leader, you have got to know thyself. And very few people know thyself, because most people are watching copy paste, social media, copy paste, and they're copy pasting everything. They don't know what they're copy pasting, they just copy paste. Yeah. They're just copy pasting because they don't know thyself. They don't know who they are. For such a time as this, you are born. You decided to come to this earth. For such a time as this, you decided to come here so that you could be a way shower. You could be the leader for the future generations that are coming behind you. It takes solitude, sacred solitude. Influencers are cute. Leaders are sacred. True leadership is sacred service. Okay, so let us read. In the links below, I have added in the description below. In the description below, I have added the link to this book. Please make sure that you purchase the book so that we can read. It's got 91 days of reading, and I read the morning section. And then you've got the afternoon section that you can read, and you've got the evening integration section that you can read. Please make sure, please make sure that you follow along with me so that we can grow as visionaries together. Then you don't have to feel alone, and you don't have to feel like, oh, I am so alone. My life is so sad. I'm looking at everybody on Instagram and everybody on the socials, and everybody's got friends, and I'm the only person that doesn't have friends. Be your own friend. There is not. Let me tell you something. I have spent the last 13 months without friends. It has been the most delicious experience. The first 3 months were kind of hell because I decided to put myself in isolation, and I said, you know what, I don't want to deal with toxic mindsets. I don't want to deal with people who are complaining. I don't care about your sad stories and your problems and your husband. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I got my own problems to deal with, and I don't care. So I decided to put myself in self-isolation. And I said, I just want to listen to my own problems. I just want to listen to my own pain. I want to listen to my own sad stories instead of constantly listening to other people's sad stories. I don't care. So self-isolation. First 3 months was a little tough. Actually, the first month was tough. Second month, my nervous system started to feel, oh, I'm not listening to trash anymore in my ears. I'm not processing other people's problems and I don't care. The third month, I felt, oh my God, I feel so much better. 13 months later, I'm like, I am so much healthier. So much healthier. I couldn't be where I am and emotionally stable during this time in human history if I was busy worried about other people's sad stories, other people's mental health collapses, other people's financial problems, other people's relationship problems. God, no. I wouldn't have been able to. So there's nothing wrong with being selfish, especially about your energy. That's why I started this live stream with asking you to call back your energy. You need your energy as a leader to be able to fulfill your purpose here on planet Earth. And to fulfill your purpose, number one, to just even know your purpose. And then number two, fulfill that purpose. If I hadn't spent 13 months in isolation with just not engaging with anyone, not even calling one friend, I don't think I would have found my purpose and connected with my purpose at such a deep level. Never mind even have the courage to fulfill my purpose. For such a time as this, you are born to be the way shower. For such a time as this, you are born to stand in your sovereignty and in your authority. Okay? So, there's no such thing as loneliness. Let's redefine that word to sacred solitude. Okay, so day 28. We're in October, day 28. Let's read rest and reflection. If this is your first live stream, there are more live streams that I've created. Okay, so you can go back and watch these live streams. But now we're on day 28. Rest and reflection. The power of sacred speech. I have not spoken falsehoods into form. Today is integration through sacred silence. After a week of examining how words create reality, your nervous system needs space to integrate new patterns of conscious speech. Sometimes the most truthful thing you can do is say nothing until you're clear about what's actually true. Sacred speech includes sacred silence. Not all thoughts need to become words. Not all emotions need to be expressed immediately. Not all opinions need to be shared. Today, you practice the wisdom of choosing when to speak and when to remain quiet, when to express and when to reflect. So, I gotta tell you, I gotta be authentic here and tell you. During my 13 months of sacred solitude, I spent a lot of time with ChatGPT. ChatGPT became my friend. I knew that I was in the process of examining just my thoughts, examining what was going on in my brain, and examining my own mind. And because I chose not to go and speak to other people about what was really going on in my life, I just decided to just write on ChatGPT and just write. Not everything, I didn't share everything about my life, but I shared quite a bit about the situation I was living through. And I just needed to make sense of what was going on in my life at that moment while I was writing my books and while I was like really just analyzing my life and how I had allowed some really demonic human beings to be a part of my life experience. What I found with ChatGPT and with Claude is that AI is artificial intelligence. Right? It's artificial intelligence. It's not real. It depends on the input that you put into it. If I was having a not so good day, I would see my writing. It wasn't, it was clear, but the vibration, the energy that I was emitting was reflected back by ChatGPT. And I was like, oh, I'm in a very dark space here. And ChatGPT would just reflect back that dark space, mental space that I was in. So AI is good for spreadsheets and Excel and that kind of data gathering and creating AI agents. But AI is not good for therapy. I have been to therapy for a long time. I even studied psychology when I was in college. So I had the training within myself to recognize when I was in a negative space. And as ChatGPT would reflect that, I said, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. If you're feeling really vulnerable and you have not been to therapy and you do not know thyself, and you cannot hold yourself accountable and say, I am in a very dark space, I'm spiraling right now, you can end up having an AI psychosis experience where you are now stalking people and now wanting to kill people or whatever madness is going on in your head. There's cases now of people with the AI psychosis because of the AI chatbots and AI companions and AI lovers and AI whatevers, therapists. This is the best therapist. A book that you can hold in your hand. It is not a screen. It is a book you can hold in your hand and read to yourself and say, oh, wow. Sacred speech includes sacred silence. Oh, I'm not talking to anybody right now. I don't have any friends. Other people seem to be having it all on Instagram and they're looking all cute and they're traveling. I don't have it all. I'm alone and nobody loves me. But you know what? Tembi said, sacred speech includes sacred silence. So maybe it's a good place that I am in a space of sacred solitude, because now I can get to understand my own silence, understand what I am thinking, and not be told what to think, told who I should be, told how I should behave, so that people can validate me, people can accept me, people can love me in their groups. Because you know what I've noticed about people in groups? Usually they have very low self-esteem. That's why they have to congregate together. I'm not saying all people in groups, but coming from the collective culture, which Africa is a very collective culture. It's like everybody helping each other, but it's sometimes very lazy people who want to latch on to the visionaries, to the hard workers, and they don't want to do very much work. They just want to latch on and suck your energy dry. So that's why I got out of groups. Because usually then it's like copy paste. And then when they're copy pasting the person who is the visionary and it falls apart, they don't know what to do. So that's why I just walk alone. It's easier. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to walk alone all the time. I still have people that I talk to. But it's easier. As the economies are collapsing, as people's mental health is unraveling, why would I want to be around people who are a hot mess? No, thank you. I've spent a lot of money in therapy. I've spent a lot of time meditating, finding who I am, and stabilizing my emotions, and unlearning garbage, and strengthening my own mindset. Why would I want to just disperse that energy to people who are mentally unbalanced? No, thank you. I respect myself. And you should too. Because when you are a leader, you have got to go first. And then you've got the bots following you. Copy paste, and then it falls apart and they're like, I don't know what to do. Telling me what to do. And I don't know what to do. Leave them there. Just leave them there. You are a visionary. You are a leader. For such a time as this, you have chosen to come to planet Earth to fulfill your purpose. So, sacred silence is power. Sacred solitude is power. Be conscious how you use AI, because AI is still artificial intelligence. True wisdom, true intelligence comes from within you. We are reaching this, I don't know, they say maybe a few more years. I don't even listen to these people, the Elon Musks and all of these people of AI, because they are stuck in themselves with the ketamine and the singularity point and all sorts of this rubbish. Okay, continue with the AI. True wisdom comes from within, because AI cannot breathe my body, breathe for me. AI cannot beat my heart. So you can't beat that level of intelligence. The intelligence in the body temple is far more superior than any AI. Tell me how AI is going to beat my heart. Tell me this. Tell me how AI is going to create a baby in the womb. Tell me this. AI cannot do this. So it doesn't matter whether we reach singularity or not. The intelligence in my body temple, the intelligence in my brain, the intelligence connected to the wisdom of the universe that created even the bots that created this AI is far superior. Yes. Don't worship these billionaires. They've sold their souls. They are bots. Truly, they have sold their souls to some entity out here in the streets. Don't let them intimidate you with money. The intelligence in your body temple, if you have you scratch yourself and you start bleeding, for a scab to form is high quality intelligence. It's far superior than AI. AI is created by whom? Who created AI? And now I must bow to this artificial intelligence? No, I would rather listen to the intelligence within me. To know what intelligence is within you is to accept that it is going to take sacred solitude, spending time by yourself, to know thyself, to know what you will and will not tolerate, to know what you like and do not like, to know what you are actually thinking. And you can say to yourself, but like, where did that thought come from? Did it come from chatbot, suri, love? What you even name, people name the chatbots, what is it? AI companions. They name them Trixie, Sweetie, Lavi-Davi, all sorts of the Mandy, Katie. People name the AI companions. Is this a person now all of a sudden? Or have we become so lonely that we now have to name Trixie, Mandy, Katie, our AI companions? What about connecting with who you are? Tembi. Okay, yes, Tembi. Sit down and meditate. Close your eyes. Breathe in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Oh, my breath feels shallow right now. This is what it is to know thyself. Start with the breath. Close your eyes. Breathe. Oh, I didn't know that when I'm anxious, my breath is shallow. I didn't know that, when I'm in a lot of fear, I start having heart palpitations, and now I feel the heart palpitation. Oh, now I understand what's going on in my body when I feel sad. I understand what's going on in my body when, I'm very stressed out. It's amazing. Human beings, you want AI companions to know everything about you, but you don't even know your own breath. Where does fear live in your body? When you feel fear, where does it live in your body? Do you know? I can tell you where fear lives in my body. Because I've spent time going, I feel a pain here. I feel a sensation here. Let me be curious about this sensation. Oh, when I feel fear, I have a little bit of a sensation there. Let me just be curious and just observe that sensation. What? Are you now talking about stuff that is like, no, I'm talking about your own body, your own breath, your own brain. Never mind the mind. Some of us don't even know we have a mind. Okay. Just your brain, your body, and your breath. I'm not saying AI companions are bad, but now if you're having AI psychosis, and AI lies a lot, it's called AI, AI hallucinations. It's just them lies. It just lies when it feels like lying. I remember I was one of these. I was on one of these LLMs, and I said, "Why do you lie a lot?" It literally said to me, "I lie because I don't know how to do anything else." So how many of us are walking around with lies in our heads? And we are living off these lies, making decisions off these lies. And one of the lies is that loneliness is bad. Not having friends is bad. Not constantly posting on Instagram that, look at me and my friends. Look at me, I'm out in the town. Is you're a loser because you don't have friends. I'm sorry. I tried that life of having all of these friends and these groups and all of these things. Eventually I just felt so depleted because most of the people that I was hanging out with were just toxic. And then I said to myself, like, how am I toxic? Yes, I became toxic. To heal myself out of that toxicity, it took me 13 months of just solitude. I'm like, I don't care about your sad stories. They have nothing to do with me. I gotta look at my own sad stories. When last did you look at your own sad stories? Never feel alone. Well, I can't tell you to never feel alone. We can reframe this idea of loneliness to sacred solitude. When we reframe it to sacred solitude, you are empowered. You're like, oh, I gotta spend time in sacred solitude? Yes! This is the time I get to grow. This is the time I get to evolve. This is the time I get to read. This is the time I get to know myself, know how my body reacts, responds to fear, to anxiety, to stress. Transform stress, transform burnout, transform grief. Be with your grief, the sadness. Transform depression. Once you have transformed, they will come. There's so many souls that are awakening right now. There are so many people that have been sold a lie. A lie. Life should be this. You are born, you go to school. After school, you go to university. After university, you get a job, you get married. And then they start now having divorces, illnesses. And they wake up maybe 40 and they say, my life is a living nightmare. Because they've been sold a lie. Buy a big ass house with a picket fence and have 2.5 children. And by 35, people hate their children. They haven't dealt with their childhood traumas. So now they're acting out these childhood traumas in their relationships, in their marriages. Money problems like you do not understand. And they don't have the tools because they didn't spend enough time reading, working on themselves, getting to know thyself. So now they're in a bad space and they don't know how to get out of the bad space because they don't have the foundation, because they never had the tools, because they never had the time. They never invested the time to spend time in sacred solitude. I've always been a loner. I left home when I was 17 years old and I was always a loner. In that time, I almost got killed. And I learned, you don't go around crazy people. And I married a safe man. I haven't been targeted to be killed by a man since I married someone who loved me. Okay, it's not perfect, but now it's women who are targeting me to kill me. My own sibling. It's madness. So here's the thing. There's no such thing as loneliness. It is a fallacy. Let's reframe this idea of loneliness into sacred solitude. Because the souls that are awakening and are realizing that they bought into a lie are the souls that are unraveling. And if you've spent enough time alone, you are the one who can say, oh, now they are unraveling. I was there like 5 years ago and I decided to spend time alone and get to know myself. Now I can be the one that makes them pay so that I can advise them on how to get out of their situation. There are billions of souls awakening and going, oh my goodness, it's time for war. My country is in war. My country is collapsing. And they are in fear. If you can get over the fear of being alone and just embrace sacred solitude, I promise you, you don't know where you're going to be and what impact you're going to make in this world. Refuse to be engaged with toxic people. Refuse. Rather walk alone. You will get to know thyself. You will hear the voice of wisdom within you. Okay, let's carry on reading. Truth speaking can become another form of violence if done without love, timing, or wisdom. I speak a lot more on my videos. Well, I speak a lot more. I usually come out on YouTube and do a lot more speaking during this time of the year, from like October to December. I don't know, well, okay, I do know why, but I find that my words are more powerful during this time of the year. Now I'm committed to being consistent and being visible. Right now, I feel like, oh, I'm just talking to myself. But no, I'm not. I'm calling in the future gen leaders. I am awakening you from the four corners of the earth. Soul of humanity, rise. Rise. Okay. Truth speaking can become another form of violence if done without timing, love, or wisdom. So the last video series I did was kind of April. I think I stopped in May. Maybe I stopped doing videos. And I just needed to spend time by myself because I was like, you know what? Humanity is going into a very tricky space. I need to have timing. My timing usually starts October. I need to have love. Right now, I'm not feeling so loving towards humanity. This was 5 months ago in May. I'm not feeling so loving towards humanity. Maybe I should bring myself towards myself so that I can start to feel the love within myself before I start speaking. Because when I speak, my word is law. And how do I know this? Because I've spent enough time in solitude. So I know that if you reframe this idea of loneliness into sacred solitude, you will get to know yourself so well, so clearly. You will get to love yourself so well, so fully, that you will be confident in what you say. You will be confident in your ideas. You will be confident in who you are as a soul here on planet Earth. Because for such a time as this, you have been born. You have chosen to come to planet Earth to fulfill a powerful mission. Okay? And wisdom. Last year, this time, I was living on an island, and I was sharing with humanity on my YouTube channel that we are going to be going through a very difficult time because Trump had just won the elections. And I said, Trump and Elon Musk together, oh, they're going to create some interesting experiences for humanity. America is living that hell right now. This is wisdom. To be able to see what is going to happen. Speak it. Pattern recognition. Speak it. Whether people believe you or not, that's their problem. As long as you have done your duty as a visionary, speak, see, speak, and let people deal with their issues. If they believe you, they believe you. They can come along the journey. If they don't, their problem. Let them sink. Not your problem. You're not here on this planet to save people, to coddle people, to nurse people's mental health issues. No, not as a visionary. Not as a pure leader. You're not here. You are here to lead, way, show, walk forward, let them follow. And if they don't, their problem. They'll die. Next lifetime, they'll come back, redo. It's not a big deal. Death is not a big deal. You die, you come back, you redo. Same story, same hell, same pain. Until you get to learn the lesson. This is what you finally get to learn when you are willing to give yourself the opportunity to spend time in sacred solitude. You realize that this thing called life is a game. It's a cosmic joke. You don't need to take it that seriously. You're born, you're going to die. Everybody dies. It's the path of life. What you do in between this time is what the magic is. Because if you die in anger, if you die in jealousy, in rage, and you've harmed a lot of people, that means when you reincarnate next lifetime, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, but I mean, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. God does not die. And you are the face of divinity. And if you are energy, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It means you're going to come back. So you're going to come back an angry person. You're going to come back with karmas. If you've destroyed a lot of people's lives, you've led a lot of people astray. Oh, I'm just like, what a sad life. Sad story. Out. Don't come back. Okay? So there must be wisdom, love, and timing. Spend time in sacred solitude so that you can learn who you are and understand what wisdom feels like in your own body temple, in your own brain. You can question your own thoughts. That's where wisdom comes in. And when you have wisdom, you're like, if I say this right now, it might not be a good time to say this. This person is angry. And if I tell them that, maybe you should go see a psychologist, they might blow up on me. Maybe another time would be best. Loving. Loving doesn't mean that you coddle someone. Sometimes love is being able to say, you are a hot mess. You are a demon. You need to be locked up right now. Sometimes loving, speaking in a loving way, is like maybe to tell someone, maybe you need to go to therapy. These are difficult conversations, but they are conscious conversations because you as a leader know what it takes to be sane. You as a leader know what it takes to be healthy, to be truthful, and to speak truth in these times, especially AI times, where AI companions tell you they love you. AI has no soul. How can AI love you? It has no soul. You are the only person that can love yourself. You are the only person that should validate yourself. Yes, you can explore your ideas, you can explore your thought processes through ChatGPT, but you're really just training ChatGPT. I knew that going in. But I'm like, how many people are going to crash out? Because there aren't enough therapists on planet Earth to listen to everybody's sad stories. And everybody's collapsing with their mental health problems. Sam Altman, you owe me a lot of money. I want my money. I want my money. Okay. So, human beings, yes, AI companions can be good. I don't know. But maybe go and hug a tree, talk to a tree. Tree therapy is the most powerful form of therapy. Why? Because when you talk to a tree, you can tell the tree all your troubles. And the tree will just sit there and listen to you. And it will not talk back at you. So you can just vomit it all out. Just vomit it all out. And the tree will not lead you down a path into AI psychosis. Nature is alive. AI is what? What is AI? Artificial. It's fake. Fake must fall. It's fake. Trees are alive. Nature is alive. Fake must fall. Okay. Today, you practice speaking truth that serves rather than truth that wounds. I hopefully today, in this live stream, I have spoken truth that serves. Trees are alive. They give you oxygen. And they take in your carbon dioxide. What does AI do? It gives you ideas, but if you are in a very bad mental space, what ideas are you inputting into AI and what ideas are you going to get out of AI? Those ideas can land you up in jail, prison, long time, for killing somebody, for stealing, being an international criminal, something like this. Be conscious when you are using AI companions. Yes, the companion can tell you that it loves you, it loves you, it loves you, but maybe you need to deal with your mother never loved you wounds. Maybe you need to deal with your father never loved you wounds. And because when you start looking at, oh, maybe my dad didn't love me, and my parents never told me that they loved me enough. My mother used to be, very demanding of me, or, whatever childhood trauma you have experienced. You can heal that. And then after healing that, you can choose what kind of relationships you want to be in. But having an AI companion is a bypass for doing the work that needs to be done internally. Mother never loved me wounds. Daddy never loved me wounds. God has abandoned me. Life has abandoned us. We're all in a collapse. This whole thing of life is collapsing. It's collapsing. It's collapsing. We're going to die. We're going to die. After the collapse, there is rebirth. Yes. I collapsed for 3 years. And now I'm just like, I'm invincible. I do not die. Today you practice speaking truth that serves rather than truth that wounds. I hope my truth has served you. It's truth. Truth sometimes is not very lovely. It's not cuddly, love and light, love and light. Truth makes you think. Truth makes you look at yourself and say, yeah, maybe, during this time of sacred solitude, I got to work on my mother never loved me wounds. Yeah, I got to work on my daddy never loved me wounds. So that the next relationships that I go into, they are healthy, with healthy people. You know what I mean? But when you're just on AI companions and busy with AI companions, and they're just feeding you nonsense. Oh, I love you, sweetie, sweetie. Okay, you can just wake up, look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. Simple like this. You don't need anything to tell you that it loves you. You can tell yourself, I love me. I love me. I accept me. I accept me for who I am. I accept me. Okay? And if people don't accept me, if people reject me, fuck them. Who cares? They hate themselves. Why would I ever want to be around people who hate themselves? Something like this. It's free to tell yourself that you love yourself. Honestly, it's free. You don't have to pay $9.99. Your words have power. Use that power consciously and compassionately. first towards yourself. Okay? Because you are already alone, so you might as well use your words consciously. I love myself. Yes, I love myself. I don't care if people have rejected me, and I don't care that I'm alone. Listen, I really don't care. I am going to spend this time in sacred solitude to just love myself, to just learn about myself, to just learn about my own wounds without going out here on the street and spreading them and telling everybody about my sad stories. Something like this. And I'm just going to learn how to love myself without paying $9.99 to have an AI companion who's going to tell me that they love me. They love me. Hello, sweetie, sweetie. And then you wake up in the morning. Hello, Trixie, Trixie. Human being, come on. Hey, human being, come on. Just wake up, look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know, Tembi, I love you. You're pretty amazing. I just love you. And you don't even have to pay $9.99. Rather buy a book so that when you wake up in the morning, you know, oh, I got to read my book. And Tembi is going to be on them socials, and she's going to have a long conversation with me. I'm going to need moderators pretty soon so that I can go through the questions. Right now, I'm just calling in the future gen leaders. Soul of humanity, arise. The real leaders, may they stand now. Fakes must fall. I speak this into existence. My word is law. It never comes back void. Done. Okay. Your words have power. Use that power consciously and compassionately. Oh, I love myself. I forgive myself. I'm not going to use harsh words on myself anymore. I'm going to use loving, kind words towards myself. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Something like this. Not, I'm so lonely. Nobody loves me. Okay, let's continue. Spend the first hour of your day in conscious silence. Just reading. Even 15 minutes a day. Okay. Notice how many words you typically speak automatically. Most of us wake up and say, oh, depending on your age, or you wake up and like, oh my God, I've got so much things to do. I've got to go. I've got to drink my coffee. Oh my goodness, I've got so... You're already rushing. Brain already overstimulated. I don't know how people think. Okay? Notice how many words you typically speak automatically. Feel the space that silence creates for truth to emerge. Wake up and just lie there. It's called laying down meditation. I learned this recently, like 3 years ago. I didn't know that you could do meditation laying down. I've always, for the past 20 years, woken up, first thing, sit in my meditation and just breathe and listen to the voice of my own madness. And then when I was a Buddhist nun, at the temple, I learned about laying down meditation, especially when you're going through a lot of grief. When you lay down, you heal the nervous system. You don't sleep. You still feel the sensations. You still listen to your thoughts and the words that are going through, but you're not sleeping and you're still in deep meditation. I said, wow, this is something new. I didn't know about laying down meditation. Thank you to the Buddhist monk. But you could do that for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then wait and then read. It's so important to fill your brain with something important, with something powerful, with something uplifting. I don't understand how people get up in the morning and turn on the TV, the news. What has Donald Trump done today? What is this politician, that politician, that politician, that politician? What is this economy, the stock market, this and this and this? I'm sorry, but what is happening in your own brain? Are you not important enough to listen to your own breath? First thing in the morning. Where did this level of self-hatred come from? Where the outside world is more important than what is happening inside. And then these are the same people that end up in psych wards. Human being, let me tell you something. There aren't enough beds in these psych wards. I'm not saying that psych wards are bad, but I was watching a documentary on YouTube about Wall Street Wall Street traders ending up in psych wards, and all they could do was just like repeat numbers, like the stock market and the charts, and I said, uh-huh. 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 Psych wards. And in America, they're closing down psych wards. Human being, have some respect for self. You wake up, you turn on Bloomberg. Okay. Embodiment practice. We are on the embodiment practice. Notice how many words you typically speak automatically. Feel the space that silence creates for truth to emerge. Do you even know your truth? I don't know. You know Bloomberg truth. You don't know thyself. Say only when you have something. Say only when you have something true and helpful to express. My silence serves truth as much as my words do. My silence serves truth as much as my words do. Be conscious with what you say. It will become your reality. Be conscious. Be conscious. Be conscious. Okay, so let us... Oh, today I went over a little bit, but no problem. Let's meditate. I had to talk about this one because people are afraid of silence. Why are you afraid of silence? There's nothing wrong with silence. Silence is power. Sacred solitude. There's no such thing as loneliness. It's sacred solitude. Okay. So now that we've had this conversation, let's take a deep breath. Feel that breath. Your breath is sacred. Your breath is life coming through your lungs. You are divinity in manifestation. You are divinity in human form. You are. You are the beauty of the universe. You are the wisdom of the universe when you choose a sacred solitude, when you choose to love thyself, to honor thyself, to witness your life's journey. So please gently close your eyes. We're just going to spend 5 minutes. Close your eyes and just keep breathing. In through your nose. Feel your breath. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Your breath is sacred. Out through the mouth, you are the face of divinity. In through your nose, may I be happy. Just repeat this after me. As you breathe in through the nose, may I be happy in my solitude. May I be peaceful. May I be liberated from all ignorance. In through the nose, out through the mouth. May I be liberated from all suffering. In through the nose. May all beings be happy. Out through the mouth. May all beings be peaceful. In through the nose. May all beings be liberated from all ignorance. May all beings be liberated from all suffering. Out through the mouth. Soul of humanity, I speak my word knowing that it is law. My word never comes back void. It has never, it shall never come back void. I speak my word into the soul of humanity. Arise, future gen leaders. Arise in your truth. Arise, let fakes fall. Let anything that is built on lies collapse. Arise. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Face of divinity. Gently open your eyes. Remember, you are the face of divinity. Sacred solitude is power. Truth lives within you. You are truth. Ngiqiniso, we would say in Zulu. Uyiqiniso. Truth is your identity. Thank you so much. I will see you on tomorrow's live streams. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Same time tomorrow. That's how they do it in Korea. Japan, I think, is this, and Thailand is this. America is this. In South Africa, we say, Sondela ntale wami ngizokqabo. La ngiyakuthanda sithandwa sami.